So I was thinking about it. I feel like if you're leaving your workouts exhausted and you feel like you're putting the work in and the effort, but you're not really seeing your body change or you're seeing actual real progress, you're probably training like you work. I mean, you're probably busy, you're tired, you're stuck, and that applies way more than just the gym. When you think training, you think working out. When you think working out, you think effort. When you think effort, you think I must work out till I get to fatigue, till I'm tired, to feel like I did the work. And part of that is true, I'd say. But at the same time, too, if you're just throwing yourself, realistically, I'm going to be talking about the gym, but this applies way more than that. If you're just throwing yourself at the gym and hoping whatever workout you're doing works without any structure, building anything, you might not have a training problem. You might just have honestly a planning problem. And what does that mean? I mean, maybe what it feels like is you're feeling productive, right? You're moving, you're putting the effort in, but you're not seeing any real progress or leverage. And the thing is, it isn't. You're right. There's no progress, is not productive. And the same thing applies and shows up in life and in business. You see, when you think fatigue, when you think leaving exhausted, you think, okay, I did a good job. Right. I genuinely do believe leaving it all on the table is great. It really is. But without defined or without, directed effort and a structured effort, that you're not maximizing or you're not making the progress that you probably should or can. Because fatigue is not the goal. It's a byproduct of the goal you're going for, the byproduct of stimulus, the byproduct of achieving work and getting progress and work done. So if you're training to get fatigued or tired or exhausted without any structure, that probably means you're not getting any muscle growth. But in life too, what that means is you're probably having the long days with low leverage, no real progress, and maybe even feeling stuck, or you feel like you're doing the same thing every week or every day. So I genuinely believe if you have the effort and you have the will to continue moving forward and just in general building the discipline to show up at the gym, now it's time to build a structure. So now we can really get into honestly, I really think a lot of things start with fitness and working out and how to really, that's where the foundation really builds, because that's where you can build discipline, your habits, and structure from there, right? So, what a good workout really entails is it's going to target your specific muscles. It's going to apply enough tension to face adaptation, to grow, right? And it allows recovery. Now, those can also be applied to a lot more things than just working out. And that's not just training. That's how effective people operate. They know what matters. They apply pressure and directed focus to where it counts, and they recover so they can show up again and continue. It's a long-term game, not a short-term game. So, genuinely, just to give you an example so you can actually apply it, is a basic gym structure, right? You can do a super easy 4 to 5 day split. And this is kind of what I do. This can be, again, your foundation to create and then build off of as well. Now, by the way, if you do want a more structured kind of workout and with reps and sets and everything else too, you can check out the link below. That's the 7-day reset. It gives you a whole structure and just ideas to how to build and grow. Anyways, so classic 4 to 5 day split, it's push-pull legs, right? Or you can do what I tend to do, start your Mondays with lower body. Tuesdays can be upper body. So lower body, you can do a quad focused, right? So what that means is squats, quad extensions, right? Anything that works main majority legs, but more a bit quad focus, right? Next day can be your upper body. That can be your push. That can be your pull. So that can be rows. That can be bench press. That can be shoulder press, a bit of shoulders, right? Wednesday, rest day. Take that day to either take the time to rest, recover, hydrate, refuel, or do some active recovery. You can go hit the treadmill, go for a walk, get outside, go on a hike, or just move your body just in general, right? Active recovery is just as good as just normal recovery. Next day, you can do lower again. Now, you're probably noticing the overlap, right? But you're training with directed influence and focus this time now. So you've had the rest, you've had the 2 days for your legs to reset, and you can do it again. Now you can focus on more maybe your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, a couple other things that you might not have hit on the first day. That way you're not fatigued, you're not training the same muscles, and you're still growing. Next day is the same too. Next day is upper. You can hit shoulders, back, and chest again. But those 2 to 3 days should give you the time to rest, to recover, and to continue moving forward and continue showing up and make it an easier effort so you're not walking in already sore or already tired because you hit it the day before. You probably know where I'm going with this. That's also how your good days and good weeks work, right? You plan your weeks, you plan your days, right? You don't have to go into intricate details or excruciating minute by minute, second by second routines and details. But as long as you have a structure as to, hey, when this day comes in, this is what I do. On this day, maybe these 2 hours, 3-4 hours, right? You can structure that. And honestly, you're going to see how it changes your life. Once you start tracking a lot of your time, you're going to find out a lot of time missed and a lot of time that you could be spending with directed effort. And that means it's not chaos, it's not burnout, it's focused effort applied consistently throughout the days and weeks. And then there's progression, right? And this can apply not only in workouts, but in life. But progression with, you can do. And then there's progression, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean adding more weight. That can mean, more directed intention. That can mean better rest, how learning to rest better so you can come back for your workouts stronger. It's learning maybe how to control the weight a bit more, get good form before you really start adding the weight. Maybe it's better about executing, right? Maybe it can be better about execution with workouts and structure and planning and getting to the gym. That could be another one too, right? We start super small and you just stack from there. You don't want to dive into the deep end because then you're going to drown. You got to slowly walk there, know that it's okay, and then consistently do it, right? Then you start building that story of who you are, writing your script of who you are, and that's how you build consistency and discipline, right? You're writing that script of who you are. And also rest is a superpower. Obviously every person is going to be a bit different with the rest portion. Not every person is going to feel the same about rest, where, maybe one person can go 6 to 7 days a week working out and they take half the day to rest, and they can do that. Some people maybe work out 4 to 5 days and just get enough rest they need on those days, but still make continuous progression, right? Everybody is a little bit different. Understand who you are, understand how you build, how much rest you need, but give yourself enough time and rest to also come back and continue doing it, right? You don't want to leave exhausted every day, because then you leave it all on the table, you come back the next day and you're like, damn, this really sucks because I left it all on the table, right? It's this continuous effort, and then you stack from there. A good plan for the week is say no more, say no to plans that you don't want to do. Say no to the plans or people that aren't going to get you closer to maybe what you want to do or goals or how you want to act, right? That is hard, but it's also very necessary. You have to cut out things, people, environments that are not going to shape you for who you want or how you want to be or who your identity really is, right? Find where you can direct more of your energy, right? If you're putting more energy and exhausting yourself on one topic that isn't bringing you anything, maybe start pulling away and find a way where you can direct the energy towards something that is going to be good for you, is apply more to life, right? And find out where you can apply effort with intention, right? Effort is great. Showing up is great. That's always the goal. You start super small, and once you start that and you get good at that, you start doing it with an intention and you see how it grows. That's really it. That's kind of where I think a lot of people start. I think a lot of people really can, I think they can find the effort, understand that motivation isn't going to get them anywhere. It's a great starter, but you got to use that to build discipline and then build a foundation. And these are the two that you rely on. No longer motivation. Motivation brings you nowhere. Discipline is lifelong, right? And foundation will catch you from falling. You'll follow your system. So I hope you can apply what you watched in this video. If you want more, or you want just an idea or a guideline or the foundation to start with, I do have the 7-day reset down below. That is genuinely just a foundation that I've used myself to just get started. It gives you an idea of how to start your mornings, why morning routines are super important, why workouts are super important, and just an idea to how to structure and build a foundation for yourself to build off of and then become the person that you want to be, and not be the same person in a year or 2 or 3 and then look back and wish you changed, right? It's completely free. It's only 7 days. I think you'll get a bunch from it. If you don't, then it's only 7 days, but I think you'll gain at least something from it if you apply it life. But yeah, appreciate you watching.